vent, then I gotta vent again. I thought I was gonna be able to get through a Ramadan without having to do a video. But here's my problem now. That ain't even really a problem. It ain't really a problem. But it's a problem. Now, like I said before, you allowed all of them things to flood the store when they had that extras. Now, specifics and unspecifics want to try to flood the stores, but how that commercial go? With the lady, she says, "Where's the beef?" Well, it's more like, "Where's the meats?" Now, the producer for the slaughterhouses, they don't want to use those joints right now. But instantaneously, it's only to make specific individuals without a deep freezer suffer. And like I said, you want to run up some things, slice it wrong. You want to run it up. I said it's not enough for anything to run it up. It's just not. Just imagine. But then you already imagined that, so like I said, either this month or next month following, or maybe even a month down the line, there will be like wow, because certain individuals got enough bread to run back and forth to the stores to get it, like they did when they flooded the joint the last time. But I said to myself, well, you're doing things to get a reaction. Oh. And that's exactly where this is laying and headed at. It can't go no further than that. Why? You done screeched on some things. Then you got to screech on some other things, which is the economy. For what? The stock market value. And the coronavirus. They saying, shh, don't say nothing about it, man. But see, you and I know. Why you been kind of doing all of the things you've been doing, Slice, and all of the constituents surrounding that, man. Anything to say it's right, knowing it's wrong. But see, that may be a different boat, man. A boat that I'm just not even prepared to get on, man. So then I started thinking about it and I said, well, seeing as though you got the upper advantage and I seem to have a timeline, which is another 4 or 5 years, man, you'll be out of the White House, baby. And there'll be someone else. But then, within that someone else, how can they empower what you already... Shout out to St. Jude's, another sponsor, man. Keep up the great work in saving people in these times of COVID. But I think I've done a lot of saving people before my fast, but then I said to myself, within the fast, I got hit so hard, it was like a day before, 2 days before, I got hit with some bad. And then I said to myself, that's all choreographed and politically to keep me from saturating the minds and the brains to push forward in these pandemical times. Why? Because, like I said, something wants out with the old and in with the new. Now this new format, they said pull up to the joint, huh? They said pull up to the joint. I said, where my chair is, I've been, getting my rock on, you know what I mean, and things of that nature. But then I said to myself, well, it's almost presidential, like something that just want me to run things where I've been running it. But people have been somewhat satisfied and somewhat dissatisfied. Why? Because my plan was to actually hit everybody at once. You know what I mean? Like with the stimulus. But we back to square root one again, which is they want to hit the top 1% again first. So then it really won't be nothing left for the bottom. Then reenact what's already been done again. Now my plan would be to hit the lowest of the lowest first. Flood that out. Open up the joints. Protective masks and gloves if you need them. And social distancing. At least to the point where you can get things up and running to the point where you need them running. But from my understanding with the money machine, you and I both know where that could be headed to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're trying to do something again and it just didn't work the first time. Or the second. And then I said to myself, well, you spent a lot on trying to... And I said, wow. I wish you would have came and talked to me about what you had planned for me. We could have got an understanding of what you really wanted. Instead of all of this beating around the bush, man. Getting extra things. Just and then to you, it's a smile on your face to say, I got that off for him. And to me, I said to myself, well, you don't understand, I understand. So then I started saying to myself, well, what's next? And would it matter? Coronavirus lockdown. I keep sinking. I gotta pick my chair up or something, man. I think I gotta rock this joint and rock this. I think I need a new chair or something. New something. Then again. I'm satisfied with it. Just gotta do the video. The stock market, they wanna induce drugs into the stock market. Oh man, what else you gonna induce in there? But then again, the way this thing is heading, I wouldn't pay to pass nothing in the stock market. Hey, you gonna put the feds in the stock market soon? Oh, too late. Coronavirus. Daily news updates on the 5th. I mean, the corona got your news all in the loop. People are still getting sick. You still want to open. I mean, it's been 30 some odd days. I'm trying to see when that next stimulus gonna come, cause I'm sitting up there saying to myself, if you know about this pandemic since January, why it take to May, late May? I'm I'm just saying. And then you kept them open from January, February. That's when they was hitting all of the stores, January and February. And I said to myself, that was Black History Month. Wow. You could call it a coincidence. Oh, man. CNN sends Trump campaign cease and desist letter for misleading ad. Like I said before, some things have done some things, man. And only God knows why. As they say, coronavirus live updates. The White House says, oh yeah, that's another thing too. Why would you want to call something a task force if you just trying to kill diseases? Now, I recall you saying something early in your campaign and it kind of stuck in a time like this, which is drain the swamp. Now, I don't know subliminally what that may have meant, but diseases do kind of come from some type of swampiness. I'm trying to figure out, have you known about this all along, Mr. Did you know about it? Because we don't know what you know, and you don't know what we know. It's all about, how they say it, sharing is caring. And what they say, Trump rails at loser types as descendant Republican ad is under his skin. Listen, when COVID get under your skin, ain't no telling what the reaction might be. You know he kind of orange. And that's another thing too. What if you have people running around in denial of it even existing? We are headed down a slippery slope, America. And the only one that can save you is you. We tried to ask for the help, but that just doesn't seem like it's coming fast enough on purpose. As Sanford man fatally shoots 17-year-old doing burglary attempt. We don't know exactly where these stories are from, but when it comes to bad stories, we see a meticulous black male face, a young black male face. Now, when it comes to helping and doing all these extra things, we particularly see a white face. Well, I ain't even gonna say the white face. They call it the white face, but I don't think they're white. I just haven't came up with a color for them yet. No one has. Like I said to myself, if my cure may have worked and I may be the one that came up with it, what would that look like? And how would we structure that in a society which is today's society, where the only thing that matters is how much guap you got? De Niro's, cha-ching chings, bling blouse. That's all that matters. And another thing too. Normally, you teach, you know, like animals to do things that you want them to do, things like that. So then I started thinking to myself, well, what do you teach humans? And what have they learned? And how do you reverse those cycles? Or even, for any matter, trust those cycles. Down another slippery slope. Now, politically, I don't want to do this to you. But it seems as if I'm not the one doing it anyway. I'm just following the leader. It's a perfect way to put it. Cause doesn't seem like I have all of the answers. Please consider supporting community journalism on Giving News Days. Well, like I said, there's not too many news stations or individuals. Then again, since I kind of slowed down, there is a lot more individuals doing semi what I was doing before. But, like I said before, I accumulated so many archives and videos over time. It's interesting. Even to watch them being suppressed. That's even more interesting to me. As models project sharp rise in deaths as state reopens. Like I said before, let's just say no one figured out or known what even there was things that was able and capable of killing people, diseases rather, rapidly. And we didn't have all of the tests of COVID, and we didn't have none of these suits, and no free hospitalization for the COVID-19, or just sick victims, period, right? What would that dynamic actually look like? And who would be left? More than likely, only those that knew about it. So, in the long run, I'm looking like, in a way you're saved, but you're not saved. And then you gotta think of the worst. Because it could have been worse. Meaning, like, nobody never found out that this was even possible. But then I started running back in my loops and saying, well, who actually brought it to the forefront? Who actually warned the people? So then I started saying to myself, well, somebody mad about that too. And they're gonna be mad for a very long time because it was a lot of the narrowing effort put into that stuff. From the things that I'm looking at. Top UK scientist resigns over Corona-19 distance violation. Well, if you got the vice president violating the CDC orders and the president violating them, Florida just jumped in the bunch. And a couple other states. But that's besides the fact. They got enough room and social distance that they can spread the COVID-19 while you try to contain it. Back to square root one again, man. Like I said, I don't want to keep chasing tails and no, man. Life is not about that, man. And to prolong it only lets me know even further that you feel unsatisfied, American, angry, bitter even, frustrated. Everything ain't going is according to plans. Trust me. I know all about that feeling. How the coronavirus hijacks our defenses shots. I've done so much research on diseases, it's ridiculous. I'm starting to think that diseases may have controlled certain and specific minds. Now, I know it's not scientifically proven yet, but anything is possible. And if it is possible, how do you check? This is Your Body and Brain on Coronavirus News. UCI News has that story, by the way. And like I said, who's to say what guidelines are true and what guidelines are not true? And who's to say there's not a bias at any given moment in times of COVID-19? As Dallas salon owner jailed for reopening, you said Texas was allowed to reopen. Had everything floating around all over the place, no mask on, no social distancing out there. But you come down on the business guy and then you say you want to help small businesses, man. You see, I'm trying to balance out some things, but there is no balance in an imbalancable world, man. And I'm not in charge, so I can't really balance it out. I can only admire from the sidelines in my own spiritual thoughts. Not my own mind, my own spiritual thoughts. Because the mind would be a terrible thing to waste. And COVID could have a hold of that. Why? Because the COVID-19 is contagious. It can live on surfaces. And we have yet to find out where it's coming from. And with that being said, peace. I got to go.